Hey guys, how's it going? Mario here. Hey guys, I wanted to talk about a new product that I found through a good friend of mine in the gun community. Um, that is the Daily Shooter. If you guys are not familiar with the Daily Shooter, he does a lot of reviews, but a lot of people are not subscribed to him because he deals with a lot of California gun laws and all that stuff. So maybe some people may not know about him or whatever the case may be. But of course, he does a lot of reviews on a lot of stuff. And he brought up to my attention something that I was looking at. That is Glock magazines. You guys all know how expensive Glock magazines are. They're ranging between 35 bucks, sometimes 40 bucks, depending on where you go. Of course, sometimes you can get them as low as $30, but sometimes that's on a sale or whatever the case may be. Now, I love factory Glock magazines because they're tough, they're sturdy, and they do the job. Of course, there's a lot of little flaws that I don't like about a Glock magazine, and I'm going to point them out real quick, guys. So here is the factory Glock magazines. All of us know about these magazines. They're tough. Of course, you can see how many rounds you have in there. I have the extended pinky extension on mine. And also I wanted to point out this is the new one that I just purchased. It's a ETS magazine. It is made here in the United States. It's actually made in Tennessee. Um, and it's made by this company called ETS. Now, they also make magazines for both the AR and the Glock platforms. I happen to have a 10 round magazine because I live in California. So I cannot get a 15 or 17 round magazine for my weapons here. Um, but I do, but they do sell them. So if you happen to live in those states that they do have, um, that you don't have those kind of restrictions, that'll definitely help. Um, Another thing that I really like is the feeding lips is exactly very similar. Let me actually take all these rounds as we're doing this. Let me take all these rounds so you guys can look at this one real quick. Okay. Now, as you guys can see, uh, the feeding lips are pretty much the same. Same dimensions and all that good stuff. So one thing I like about it is that it works for both the Generation 3 and Generation 4 Glocks, which is cool because I happen to live in California, and of course, we only are allowed Generation 3 type of weapons here for civilians. Another thing that I really want to point out is that these magazines are clear, so definitely you can tell how many rounds you have. Whereas in this one, you're trying to look at the damn holes and figure out how many you have. Also, another thing that I really like about these magazines is that if for some reason, I mean, let's face it, we all go to the range, we get the stuff dirty. If you start getting a lot of dirt and gunk inside of your magazine, of course, you're not going to know that if you can't see it, right? So I've seen these have the same issues where a buddy of mine, we ended up going to an area that was very sandy, and he ended up getting a bunch of sand in his magazine, and he couldn't figure it out until we took it out, and of course you could see all the sand, and we cleaned it up and all that good stuff, and it worked again. But by being able to see what's inside of it or what's in there, I could definitely help you. So one of the things that the company claims, and I've seen it because I've seen a lot of drop testing and a lot of other testing that's been done by the Daily Shooter. So I put a link to that video so you guys can take a look at it yourselves. Um, but in there, he puts a full magazine, and he drops it. And he drops it. He's probably about maybe 6'2", 6'3". He's a big dude, right? So he drops it, no problems, never cracks or nothing like that. Then he does it where it's just halfway through, drops it again, no problem. I think he said he shot about 150 rounds through it without a problem. So that's always cool, guys. You definitely need a dependable mag because we all know we love our Glocks, and that's something that the reason why we purchased our Glocks is because of the dependability of these weapons. And this happens to be one of my concealed carry weapons that I carry. And you know, you want to make sure that you have the best magazines, and you can never have enough magazines, guys. So you know, just kind of keep that in mind. Is that you can never have enough magazines. But like I was telling you guys, these magazines are pricey. These magazines are very pricey. So for what you would pay for one magazine with ETS, you can purchase two because these are ranging between $15.99 to $16.99. So by the time you look at it and you do the checkout, and I did the checkout just to you know, just for shits and giggles, and yeah, it came out to like $40, and I'm like, $40, you know, that's what I pay for one magazine. So you know, that's always cool. I mean, all of us wanna save money and at the same time have enough magazines for our weapons. So let me go ahead and fill this thing up, and then I'll be right back, and then we can go further into the review. Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, we are back. I went and loaded the rounds in there for you guys. Now I wanted to make a point on this real quick, and I think that's a really good important factor about this magazine. If you guys can see, there's rounds in there, but there's different color rounds. Of course, you have your brass color ones and the metal silver types in there. Okay, so the reason I want to point that out is that you know, there's times where we may make a mistake and put our defensive ammo rounds in there by mistake. Or another common mistake that has happened before is, and I know I made a video about this about 2 years ago, and that is don't mix up your 380 ammo with your 9mm ammo. So, you know, that's something you guys got to really look at. You know, I mean, it has happened. It happened to my friend when we were at the range. So, you know, and another thing is that you could tell what type of rounds it is just by looking at it. That's another great thing about this magazine. Now, of course, does it fit? Yes, it does. It does a great job. Fits perfect. It comes out, no problems. So, you know, that's one thing I like about this magazine is that it's definitely working for me. It does have a little bit of a gap in there, and I don't know if it's because let's check it out here. No, still has a little bit of a gap in there, and I don't know if it's because nope, rounds in the chamber. It's not showing as flush as it is on the frame here, so it's kind of weird. But you know, to be honest with you, I've seen these things shot. I haven't shot this magazine yet, and I will, and definitely give you guys an update on it. But you know, you guys can never have enough magazines, man. And if you're paying half the price for what you would pay for a regular Glock magazine, and it's gonna work for you, then cool. You know, I mean, all of us want to save money. You know, I mean, I understand the Glocks are probably some of the most affordable weapons out there compared to other weapons. But you know, the thing about it is their accessories and their magazines are freaking just astronomical expensive. So if that's something that can definitely save you some money, then by all means, guys. So I'll be doing a follow up on this video and on this magazine and give you guys more my impressions with it once I get a chance to go to the range. But I just wanted to let you guys know about this new company called ETS magazines, and of course they also do AR-15s and Glock magazines. So definitely worth checking out. I just purchased one because I wanted to check it out first before I decided to purchase more. But after looking at several videos, not only from the Daily Shooter, but from other people in the gun community, I could definitely say that it's worth the money, guys. So do check them out, and I'll put the link to the website. And like always, guys, actually before I leave, I just want to let you guys know when I endorse products or stuff like that, I'm not being paid by these companies. These are just my straight consumer. As a consumer, I'm putting out information to all of you, so you guys can get the best products out there for yourselves and for your for yourselves and for your families, because we all know that it's not just us purchasing weapons; it's also our families. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. So like always, guys, God bless you. God bless the United States of America, and I'm out.